Made in Hollywood.
The mystery adventure Monster Summer featuring Mel Gibson is made in Hollywood.
I love working with young actors because I think that they've got this kind of raw material, this diamond in the rough kind of thing, and you just watch them do it, and it's kind of, there's a sense of truth in
it. Made in Hollywood.
Also on today's show, Damian Lewis and Kelly MacDonald portray a couple hiding a dark secret in the horror comedy, The Radleys.
My ego perked up enormously when Eros said, and I want you to play 2 roles. I thought, well, okay, I'm definitely going to read that script.
Plus, Paul Reiser and Colm Meaney star in the comedic drama The Problem with People. We talk with director Kevin Smith about the teen comedy The 4:30 Movie, and the action thriller Hounds of War features Rona Mitra and Frank Grillo. This week on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
A group of friends join forces with a retired detective to save their home from a lurking menace in the horror adventure Monster Summer, featuring Mel Gibson.
A teenager is recovering today after nearly drowning.
Hey, Ben? Something happened to Ben that I can't explain. It's like he's a zombie at Night of the Living Dead.
You okay, bud?
It was just something that, you know, a wonder to it that I said earlier you don't really see very often, and especially getting to work with Mel, I was like, oh, this is just a no-brainer. So, you know, I just jumped at it, especially David, the director, and he was the nicest person I think I've ever met in my life, and he had a vision for it, and, you know, getting to be a part of that was a lot of fun.
Ditto what Mason said. David's like the nicest guy in the world, honestly. He truly is. He's humble. So that, you know, if I had a suggestion, he was like, oh yeah, let's hear that. I had coffee with the guy and I said, let's go to work.
Ain't this old man Carruthers' property?
I've heard stories about him. Some people think he was a spy, bank robber. I bet their bodies are buried somewhere on this property.
You know, if there's wrinkles in the script or story points or any of that stuff, you say, well, we're going to be able to take care of that because you and I are kind of on the same page. We get on.
What is that?
He's lived life, really, and he's in the 3rd act. So he's retired, and he's obviously got a lot of stuff behind him, pain and stories and experience. And some of the experiences he's had, he's forgotten. Coming into contact with this kid sort of like kind of fills a gap that was missing in his life. And then, of course, he gets to do what he's good at. He has a talent. There's a mystery. And they solve this mystery together, and it's really a buddy movie.
Something is out there. If we sit around and do nothing, kids are gonna get hurt, including us.
Noah's father was, he died. He was kind of missing that father figure, and, you know, in a weird way, I don't think he was seeking for it, but he sort of found one with Gene and this weird adventure they went on, so I really love that dynamic they have.
There's definitely something weird going on here. Monsters.
Yeah.
I love working with young actors because I think that they've got this kind of raw material, this diamond in the rough kind of thing, and you just watch them do it, and it's kind of, there's a sense of truth in it. That makes me feel younger when I work with young people.
Now streaming on demand. The life of a seemingly ordinary family is turned upside down after their dark secret is brought to light as Damian Lewis and Kelly MacDonald star in the comedy thriller The Radleys.
Could someone please tell me what the hell is going on?
You killed a boy at your school.
What have I done? I couldn't stop.
It's not your fault. It's compulsive.
You acted like what you are.
What is this?
It's a family disease. Your mother and I made a choice. We've wanted to live as normal a life as possible.
I liked the comedic premise. You've got a suburban family in a suburban setting, sort of unhappy, sort of slightly goofy, and you're not quite sure who everyone is or why they're behaving the way they're behaving. And until you realize they're essentially a family of vampires.
It's all right, we're here. Mommy and Daddy are here.
I think there's so many relatable aspects of pretending to be something you're not, struggling with sexuality, and always I just love a coming of age story. I just love them.
The parents have decided we want to have a normal life for our children, and we don't want to drink blood anymore. So, that's a good comedic start.
Who are you calling?
You know I'm calling. Okay, you can help. So you're gonna invite me in then? I invite you into my home.
My ego perked up enormously when Eros said, and I want you to play 2 roles. I thought, well, okay, I'm definitely going to read that script. The light and shade that all of us have, the rational, the sensible selves, and then these darker corners that exist in all of us.
Getting to play a part like that, like a twin, and so to get to do it is kind of a privilege. It's a bit like, it's like being a Disney princess, which I got to do, which I can't believe. So it's like one of those things that not everybody gets to do.
Would it be possible for you to wait outside, sir?
No. Clara Radley knows absolutely nothing about that boy.
Every vampire movie really is a metaphor, works best, I think, when it's a metaphor for something else. I think in this, there's a very strong love story in this, but it's also about addiction. Very, very clearly about addiction.
He's invading my mind.
It's our secret, okay?
I enjoyed it.
It's so nuanced and sort of relatable, and I think it kind of speaks to different aspects of being a human.
It's another thing I really liked about the movie is nothing is wrapped up with a bow. The morality in this film is complex because the addict in the movie seems to be the happiest guy in the film, and he is living his addiction. And so the film at its heart as well is really about how do we find happiness in ourselves, and how do we live our best lives.
The world's a feast of pleasures, ready for anyone who dares help themselves first.
Coming up, Paul Reiser and Colm Meaney star in the comedic drama The Problem with People, and we talk with director Kevin Smith about the teen comedy The 4:30 Movie. To find out where to watch any movie, check out Moviephone.com. Find it, watch it.
I had been to Ireland years ago and loved it, and was hungering to make a movie there and just be in that kind of environment.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
A dying wish leads 2 distant cousins on a quest to end a generations-long family feud as Paul Reiser and Colm Meaney star in the heartwarming comedy The Problem with People.
Did I ever tell you about me grandfather? And the brother? As close could be, until his brother sailed to America and they never spoke again. I want you to find our American family and make things right. All right, Dad. Now! I want you to call them now.
I had been to Ireland years ago and loved it, and was hungering to make a movie there and just be in that kind of environment. So for years, many years, I would play with the idea, and I never found a story that, why is this American going to Ireland, and what would be funny? And then I met my co-writer, Wally, and then we came upon this story. Like, what if it's a family feud? And I've been invited by this long-lost cousin I never heard of to settle this silly generational fight.
My dad is a pain in the ass. He's he's been dying for the last 35 years. I mean, I take care of him, and I look after him, and now this.
He goes, I want you to do something. Cup of tea? Yeah. No, I want you to go find a guy that you never heard of and don't know where to look.
Dad, your great nephew, Barry. Never thought I'd live to see it.
It was thrilling to read a script that was so captured the kind of Ireland of today so accurately and so well, and yet was able to kind of incorporate into that, in many ways, Irish humor. And it's a real tribute to Paul's sort of soul, for want of a better word, that he was able to achieve this in this script.
You need to tell him about the will.
We only met like the week we started shooting. We'd spoken to each other and texted each other. We kept in touch, intermittently. When the actual work started, just clicked. He's a wonderful man to spend time with, a wonderful company.
Somewhere in the middle of the shoot, Colm says, so how's it all going? Producing. I went, yeah, it's good. He goes, so everything's okay? I went, yeah, what? did I miss a meeting or something? He goes, no, you seem like very calm. I went, there's usually chaos and trauma and drama. As far as we know, didn't happen. And, I'm happy to say and report that it does. People do see it on the film. They go, you guys look like you were having fun. I go, we really did. It was really a lovely experience, and we hope everybody goes see it.
I don't think I'm petty.
Now, on digital, a teenager's perfect plan to take out the girl of his dreams spirals out of control in the coming-of-age teen comedy The 4:30 Movie from director Kevin Smith.
She is unlike any nun you've ever met, and she's got a secret.
How come the nuns were never secret hookers when we were in school?
Let's see what's under that wig.
Oh, hell no! Say a prayer for Sister Sugar Walls.
Well, we're definitely seeing that.
The events of every movie I've ever made are pretty much ripped from the pages of a Kevin Smith biography, with the exception of Dogma and even parts of that. I'm not a very inventive storyteller or filmmaker. I crib from real life all the time, and this movie is absolutely no exception. The first scene, that long phone conversation, that literally happened, and that's almost verbatim the things that I said in terms of like, I'll making a big order and then going like 6.5 almond cookies and your hand in marriage. Stuff like that came right out of real life.
Okay. Seriously. Hold on 1 second. Cool. I'll see you at the 4:30 movie, Melody Barnegat.
I'll see you at the 4:30 movie.
This was a movie theater I grew up going to in my childhood. My father would take me there. I'd go there with my family. I'd go there with my friends on the weekend. So they were, post-COVID, like many movie theaters, they fell on pretty hard times. And there's multiplexes all around us, with better seating and bigger, better quality. But this was our local community theater. So me and my friends kind of got together and bought it, keep it going. It's over 100 years old. So we were like, let's try it for another 100.
You disgust me! Get up! You Three Stooges are banned for life!
So much drama. I thought we're supposed to be seeing a comedy.
In the end credits of a 4:30 movie, I tell people, like in the tail credits, like, Smart Castle Cinemas, go visit, pay for one movie, hop around, go see as many movies as you want. If you get caught, tell Ernie I said it was okay.
What the hell are you doing sneaking into R-rated movies? You're in trouble, Missy.
I'm terrified by what's about to happen.
So anything to get people to head to our theater, is a good thing. And hopefully them going like, what, there was a movie shot here? Is just one more reason for them to come visit. But keeping that place alive, this is a temple that taught me my craft one day. The thing that I would eventually spend my life doing, my vocation, was born by sitting in those seats. And I sat in those seats with people that I dearly love, some of whom are not even around anymore, like my father. Now for the rest of my life, or as long as we own that movie theater, I'll always be able to play the 4:30 movie there on a Sunday at 4:30, like from now until the end of time. It'll never stay in other movie theaters, and maybe they'll do retro screenings, rep house screenings of it one day. But in our theater, it will always live. And, there's very rarely does a movie theater get to be like, a whole movie was shot here. So we will showcase that forever.
You're the coolest girl I ever met, and all I want to do is watch movies with you.
Is that so?
Mom?
To find out where to watch any movie, check out Moviephone.com. Find it, watch it. Up next, Rona Mitra and Frank Grillo star in the action thriller Hounds of War.
I knew Frank, so that was a bonus. I knew what I was dealing with there. All of my scenes are with Frank, so that was a no-brainer. It was shooting in Malta, which doesn't hurt.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
Now on digital. An elite team of mercenaries are forced to fight for their own survival in the high-octane action thriller Hounds of War, featuring Rona Mitra and Frank Grillo.
Hey, look who made it. I'm gonna do this one more time, Colonel, and then we're done. All right, boys, let's go hunting.
This came in pretty hard and fast, and the turnaround was very quick, so I didn't have too much time to chew on it. And so when a script like this comes in and a project like this comes in and you've got to get on a plane within sort of 24 hours, I need to make sure that I be able to walk on set and actually do the character justice and not feel like a goofball. I knew Frank, so that was a bonus. I knew what I was dealing with there. All of my scenes are with Frank, so that was a no-brainer. It was shooting in Malta, which doesn't hurt. And there's fighting, and I love fighting.
They're dead. All of them.
Why are you here?
Revenge.
There's some people in our lives that you just feel so deeply loyal to. There's an orphanage of misfits that get recruited into this kind of world where you form a family that is beyond anything that you can ever really put words to, because you do or die with them.
I have a plan. I'm gonna break the system.
Working with Frank is like working with a sibling. You know, I just know him. We know each other. And so we know how to move around each other. We have a good dance with each other. We both know where to tread.
Rona Mitra is, you know, for my money, one of the most beautiful women in cinema. And she's an amazing actor, and she's great in the movie.
Who's behind this?
A disgruntled former employee.
Find him!
Stunties are unequivocally the most respectful, the most dedicated, the most creative in so many ways, because they're creating a language that's not even on the page. So while you're kind of saying, okay, we need to have this happen, the stunt choreographer is basically creating a whole dance that isn't even written, that doesn't even have notes, that doesn't even have melody. And then you get together with them and they show you this, and it's I love it because it's so violently poetic.
So who the hell are you? I'm just a man making a stand for his country.
Hello and welcome to Movie Phone.
Movie Phone? So exciting.
Can I get hired? I want to be Movie Phone guy.
Welcome to Movie Phone.
If you have any medical issues, just call Movie Phone.
Thanks for joining us for Movie Phone, unscripted, where we answer your questions.
Who is the most fun person to fake punch? Like, generally in life? Like,
I would assume in the movies.
Movie Phone TV is your ticket to all that's new at the movies.
Stay tuned, there's more coming up on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
Thanks for watching Made in Hollywood, powered by Movie Phone. For more behind-the-screen content, check out MoviePhone.com.
Made in Hollywood.